Okay, Tov, yesterday we talked about a Jew keeping 2 days in Israel, asking a fellow Jew who's only keeping 1 day to do melacha on his behalf. And we said the third opinion is that one can ask a Jew to do melacha, even if it's not for mitzvah, even if it's a doraita melacha. And this was the view of Havadia. I should add that even though Havadia rules it like this, and others do as well, it's important to recognize that even they say that this doesn't mean a person should now allow themselves to go into public transport or to use a taxi on Yom Tov. Although strictly speaking, one could argue, if I'm asking a Jewish driver to take me to the kotel for a mitzvah, to take me somewhere, take me to someone else to eat with someone, this is a mitzvah, and you know you should be able to ask them to be able to do it based on what we've learned. But the act of you getting into this is avadin dechol, it's weekday activity. Or for you to take a bus, for example. Let's say you've prepaid, or you get someone else to drive you, or a friend to drive you to somewhere. You could argue that should be fine according to this view, because they're doing the melacha for you. But the act of you as a Jew who's keeping 2 days Yom Tov, sitting in the car, sitting in the taxi, sitting on the bus, in the public transport, that is avadin dechon, therefore that should be avoided. So that's just important to establish that. Now, those who are keeping 2 days in Israel, based on what we discussed this week, need to pray Yom Tov prayers and not wear tefillin and have Su'udot Yom Tov and keep the whole day without any melacha. Now, the Bet Yosef asked, how can it be that one is allowed to, one can even make a minyan? If there are 10 people staying in a hotel and they make a minyan and take out Sefer Torah, even though it's a regular weekday for the Israelis around you. Bet Yosef asked, how can you do this? Surely this should be a problem of a person shouldn't change from the minhag of the place. And by you taking out the Sefer Torah, by you praying publicly the prayers of Yom Tov, when for everyone else it's weekday, that seems to be acting differently to everyone else in the community, everyone else where you are. And he says, true. But he says, it's been accepted by the Hachamim of Eretz Israel that they encouraged this, and they wanted people who are traveling to be able to make them a minyan and to keep Yom Tov properly. Because the alternative would be that you have to pray alone, Yom Tov prayers, and you can't do melacha, and you can't make a public lunch for Yom Tov, and you can't do anything, and that would be difficult. And therefore, the Hachamim of Eretz Israel made a concession and allowed the visitors to be able to keep 2 days Yom Tov properly. Properly means to have public gatherings. It means to be able to have prayers publicly, to have a minyan, and to be able to daven together, and to be able to keep Yom Tov properly. That was the accepted minhag. There's an interesting discussion with regards to if you have 9 people staying together who are keeping second day Yom Tov, and they can't find a 10th person, they want to take out Sefer Torah, they want to pray Yom Tov prayers, can they ask an Israeli there to be the 10th person? He's only keeping 1 day. And the psak is that no, one shouldn't, because since the 10th person isn't obligated in this kind of prayer, is not obligated in the prayer of Yom Tov, isn't obligated in Sefer Torah, then you can't ask him to be the 10th person. So in order to make a minyan, to be able to take out Sefer Torah and to pray the tefillot of Yom Tov publicly with a minyan, you would need 10 people who are actually keeping second day Yom Tov, and you can't ask someone else to join and to add to the minyan. Shabbat shalom.